Hey everyone, it is Sue here and welcome to my channel. Sorry that it shakes just a little bit when I get going on my videos. I'm trying to get a new tripod for my phone and I'm having a hard time finding what I like. But today I am working on a swap. And it's through the Nina Ribena Facebook group. So I will put a link below to her swap video and you can check it out. And she actually learned about this artist trading coins from Crafty Hodge, and her name is Joanne. So I'll also put a link to her video below in the description box. And I have already made two. So these are the two that I worked on today. This one's still a little bit wet, and this one I did earlier. Right now the backs of them are plain, but I will write on them since it's a swap. I want to make sure that, I put my name and the name of the swap and all of that. So let me just move these out of the way so I don't mess those up. It seems to be like 3 is the number when you're doing a swap with these artist trading coins. And so this is my third one. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I do. So these are 2.5-inch circles, and I use my Recollections punch for the circles. And I also am using this particular paper, which happens to be watercolor paper, but it's it's a nice thickness, it's not flimsy. So I actually glued 2 of those together. So 2 of the watercolor circles together because I want it to have, I don't want it to be flimsy, right? I want it to have some substance. And then I also cut out a whole bunch of circles from this. So this I got in a Gelatos kit. So I don't know if you've ever gotten a kit from like Michael's of Gelatos, but it comes with this like book of different kinds of paper and canvas and cardboard and that kind of stuff. And I never use it. So I figure, well, what better way to use it than for the backs of these coins. So like there's a pretty corrugated cardboard that's not too thick. This is just a plain white. This is a black velvet. This I could not punch through. That's canvas. This one has pretty floral design. This was too heavy. This was a big piece of cardboard. And then this one that has like a pretty chevron. So I got to use this finally. I'm excited. And I'll probably save that and use the rest of that for something else. All right, so the back of it, I'm going to put this, the floral circle that I punched out of that gelato paper. And all I do is I take my Tombow Mono adhesive and I'm just going to go around. This is good stuff. And it doesn't take too much. And all I do is kind of just make it go around just a little bit, just to smear the adhesive, kind of make sure it kind of gets all over the, in between the different layers here. All right, and kind of go like this. Just make sure it's on there. I'm just going to push it down a little bit. All right, so that's the back of the coin, which I will eventually write on. So it's a swap, so I'll put my name, the name of the swap, the date, that kind of stuff. All right, so that's the back. Now I'm going to work on the front. So these are actually from Tim Holtz collage paper. And so is this. This is also the new Tim Holtz collage paper. And I am in love with this paper. It is pretty amazing. I got 3 different sets of it. So I got the birds, I got the flowers, and then there's a black and white set that just has, it has like flowers on it, and I like using that. It's fun because then I get to like color those flowers in once I use it. So the floral one, I was going to use this right here, these beautiful deep like burgundy flowers. But then I started looking. So remember, this is a set, right? So this is a set that I'm going to send to a swap partner. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? That's just too dark for this particular set of coins. So what I decided to do, which I thought looked much, much, much better with this particular set, was this color of rose, because this bird has like that same color in it. And I don't know if you can see, I'll lift these up towards the end of the video, but there's a little bit of the same color even in that bird's nest. So that's what I decided to do. I'm going to use my matte medium, and all I do is I put a little bit down right onto my glass mat, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get a pretty decent amount onto this coin, because I do definitely need that tissue paper to stick down. So, and I'm making sure I get all the way to the edge. Now this to me is the trickiest part. Just making sure you get on there what you want on there. I'm going to move it a little closer to me just for a second. All right, so the flowers are going to be a little bit off of the edge, which is just fine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And these are my yucky scissors. These are the scissors that I use whenever I'm using any type of Mod Podge or any type of adhesive type media. This is what I use. So I'm just taking my time, doing a little bit here at a time. So I don't want to tear it, right? So tissue paper obviously is very delicate. All right, and I'll save this and I'll use it on like a Rolodex card or something that will not go to waste. All right, so that's what it looks like. Now I do want to get a nice layer of that same matte media on the top of the tissue paper. And that, well, it helps to give strength to the coin, plus it helps to adhere that tissue paper down onto the coin. I'm just going to kind of lift it up and just kind of gently do this. All right. All right. So now I decided I will, oh, this is something else that I cut out. So I don't know if you have these in your house. These come from the box, the photo box from Recollections at Michael's. I have a ton of these hanging out in my house. And I also cut the 2.5-inch circle out of that. And it looks really nice on the back of one of these, right? It actually gives a nice place to write evenly if you want to write evenly. I'm going to now put the quote onto my coin, and I decided to use Just Lovely. This is a set by Carpe Diem. It comes with four different sheets. And so while the coin is wet, I just have to figure out which way is up. Let's see. I'm thinking that this flower right here is the top, And you know what? I think it's like the other ones, you have to figure out what you want to do with the words, right? With the quote. So you can cut them apart and, you know, have individual words. But you know what? It's kind of how it fits on it. So what's the best way that it fits on there? This particular one, I'm thinking will look good just like that. So I'm just going to make sure that that's wet. I mean, these are sticky, these quotes, but you know how that goes. I just want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And there we go. There we go. All right, so we have just lovely. This one says, anything is possible, and this one says, it's a beautiful day. And this one says, just lovely. So I like that. I'm very happy with that. Let me move stuff out of the way and kind of clean up this little area right here so that I don't get anything in it, because I will. I will. All right. Let me dry this off a little bit. And we're going to work on the edges of it. There's actually 3 different things that I'm going to do to the edge of this coin. And it just gives such a beautiful, beautiful finished look. Some of the coins, and you'll see it on the video, they use like a furniture polish on the top of it. I'm not going to on these coins only because, I don't know, they're tissue paper. I don't want to rub anything on them. And because I like the matte look of them. They are more of like an antique look, and I don't necessarily want them to be shiny. So I'm not going to do that on these. I will try the furniture polish on something else, but you know, on other ones, but just not this one. Okay, so you can see at this point that this one looks more antique-ish and this one is very white, right? So we're going to fix that. Because again, this is a set. I'm going to start with my vintage photo distress ink, and I just have the little foam pad. And the first thing I'm going to do is focus. Oh, I forgot a step. Oh no, let's back up. Back up. Woo woo, back up. I totally forgot. This is a piece of sandpaper, and what it does when you do this, it actually, well, helps to make it smooth around the edges, and it kind of helps to bring the edges together. And it'll take off any little pieces that really shouldn't be there. So I'm doing it gentle. I'm not doing it super hard. I do it 3 different ways. I do it like from the top down, then around the actual edge, and it definitely helps it to smooth out. It definitely does. So I don't know if you can see, but it is taking off little bitty pieces of paper, or tissue paper anyway. And this particular piece of sandpaper I got from a charcoal pencil set. I never used it for the charcoal pencils, but I'm using it now. And now I'm just going to do the same thing from the back. There's a little piece of, there we go. There was a little piece of tissue paper there that I wanted to get off, and I got it. So again, just real gentle. I'm not going real hard or anything, but I don't know if you can tell, but it just made it neater looking, right? It looks neat. It feels smooth, and I like that. And you'll see that Joanne, who came up with this artist trading coin idea, she does that as well. So now I'm going to take my vintage photo, because we need to get this to look a little vintagey, so it looks like a a set with the other ones. So I'm going to go around this twice. The first time I'm focusing on the actual edge of it to make sure that I get rid of all that white. I don't want that there. All right, and then my second time around, I'm going to go a little bit more onto the top of the coin. So watch right here. See that white part right there? I'm just going to get a little bit onto the top of the coin because it'll help to give that antique look. Alrighty. All right. And the back of it gets, you know, a little bit antiqued, but I'm not, you know, I don't want a lot on there. So you can do it any way you want, you know, however you want to do it. Some of the people make beautiful, really bright colors and, oh, beautiful, beautiful, amazing, different things. I forgot to do one thing on here. I'm going to take my black Pitt pen and go around the word and do a little bit of smudging with my finger. And that's going to help that to, you know, look like it's more part of the coin and not just sitting on top of it. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know if you can tell I'm hoarse, but that's here in New Jersey. Oh my gosh, the allergies have been tough, let me tell you. I've had a tough week with allergies this week. All right, so the very last thing that I'm going to do with this coin is I want to put some gold around the edges. So I have this texture Lux, and I'm going to do two different things with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take a little bit of it, and I want it to get very liquefied. I wonder if you can hear my son. He's playing Xbox Live and he's laughing up a storm. He's downstairs, but oh my gosh, I can hear him. I wonder if you can too. All right, so that's it. It's like water. It's like gold water is what it is. And it has a nice shimmer to it. So what I want to do with this is I'm going to go around, and it just gets a really nice coating on the edges and a little bit onto the top of the coin. Because it's so fluid, it automatically just kind of goes to the top of the coin, just a little bit. Okay. So I went around one whole time. And now I'm going to I want to get something a little bit more, so not so liquid, and just go around the edges. And it makes it look like a gold coin. It's super cool. You could use silver, you could use white, black, whatever you want. All right. So that is it. That is my coin, and I love it. I love it. Let me get this cleaned up right here, and I'll show you all three coins. And don't forget to check out the links below so you can catch the two videos. There's still time to participate, to sign up for the swap. What Nina's doing is every week in the month of May, she is posting a new swap item, so to speak. And the first one, which this was the first swap that she mentioned for the month of May, was the artist trading coin. I think she's going to, I don't know what she's going to do. I'll have to watch her video. I haven't watched it just yet to see what the next thing is. So there'll be 4 different things that we're going to make to swap. And all 4 of those things will go to one swap partner. So we're going to have one swap partner, and everything that we make this month, the whole month, will go to that one swap partner. So it's kind of cool. And if you're part of my December daily group, the link is also below. I think I'm going to do this in July, a swap in July for Christmas in July. And yeah, and do it with Christmas coins to put in our December daily. So this is my set of coins. I absolutely love them. This was the first one that I made. Oops, sorry. This is the first one, the pretty little bird. Okay, you can see the edge is gold, and the back has like a little bit of chevron. I don't know if you can see that or not. Then this was the one I just made before this video, and this is the bird's nest. And then we just did this one together. Aren't they pretty? They're just beautiful. I just love them. I'm in love with these. And these fit right into, you know how when you make a, what is it called? The pocket, where you fill the pockets and you send it to somebody, a pocket letter. These fit right into that same size. So if you end up with a lot of them and you want to, store them somewhere, you can store them in one of those plastic things. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions. Check out the videos. Please subscribe. And I hope you have a blessed week. All right. God bless. Bye-bye.